If you're a solo or a small firm, one of the biggest challenges that you face on a week-to-week basis is, how do I get more clients? And if we dig a little deeper, the question becomes, how do I let more and more people know about my firm and our services and everything that we can do for them? How do I increase awareness? As a solo when I started out, and then as a small firm, we faced the same challenge. And the way that we faced that challenge was in this manner. We wanted to be a place that did good, that helped people. And definitely we're gonna help them through the legal services that we provide, but we wanted to be more than that. We wanted to do more than that. We wanted people to look at our firm and see us as a resource in our community. We wanted to be a force of positive, a force of good in our community. And we wanted to be a place that helped people out in more ways than one. So for us, the driving sort of thought and the driving passion became that we want to help people out. We want to do good, and we want to look for opportunities to do good. And we wanted them to make business sense as well, but we wanted to look for opportunities to do good. And for us, that was a way to increase awareness in our community. More and more people came to know us as a place that helped people out, and then came to know us because of those interactions as a place that provided legal services as well, and a place that they could call for that. I'm gonna give you some of the examples, some of the things that we did over the course of these years. Those efforts have resulted in cases coming into our office, have resulted in people calling our office, and that has been great. But I think ultimately, if I were to have taken $5,000 and put that into some sort of marketing campaign, and that's great, those opportunities are great. If you can do it, go for it. But as a solo, as a small firm, sometimes something like $5,000 in a marketing campaign might not have the same effect when you're competing against larger firms that have what would seem like an unlimited budget allocated for those sort of opportunities. And so I could take $5,000 and, spend it on a marketing campaign. But if at the end of the year, that resulted in no cases coming to us, I would have felt like I had wasted my money, and I wouldn't have felt good. I'd feel bad. But if I took that same amount of money, those $5,000, and give it to students through scholarships, give it to our community by doing backpack drives, even if those efforts generated no cases at the end of the year, I would still feel good because we helped people out, because we helped our community. And so that was sort of the general thought, the general framework. Ultimately, they did lead to cases, increased awareness in our community. And I would encourage you. I think there's so many other ideas here that I haven't thought of that you can think of. And I hope this encourages you to think outside of the box. And I hope this encourages you to think of more ways to help your community. And the more firms that do this, the more of us that are engaged in this sort of thought process, the better our communities will be because of what you're doing and the good that you're injecting into your community. And that's something great. And that would be a way of us impacting our community in more ways than one. So one of the things that we did was give out scholarships to high school seniors, to actually high school seniors where I went to high school. So it was a great way to reconnect with my alma mater, to establish those ties and connections once again. We wanted to help high school seniors out by helping them offset the college application costs and help them save up for college. That was an opportunity for us to help those students along their educational journeys. That's something that we are very passionate about. We love encouraging students along their educational journeys with words, encouraging them, but also helping them out financially as well. Growing up, education was something that my parents instilled in us, wanted us to strive for, going to college, pursue a higher education, pursue our goals and our aspirations. And for us as an immigrant family, education has been so critical in our lives and has helped us. And we wanted to encourage other students as well. So that was a way of getting that started. And many more people became aware of us through those efforts, simply because we wanted to help out those students. In a very similar fashion, we also began an annual scholarship at Loyola Law School. That's where I went to law school. It's where my brother and my sister went to law school after me. We love Loyola Law School. We're big fans of it. All the opportunities that it provided for us, that the school, its faculty provided to us, and we wanted to give back as well. So we created an annual scholarship for some of the trial students that are there. Also, a portion of it was also set aside for DACA students, and that's something that's very important to me because I am a DACA recipient, and that's the reason I'm able to practice here in the state of California, and something that I'm very grateful for. But I also know that sort of plight, that journey is very difficult for students that are going through that. So I wanted to encourage them along their journey as well. Doing that with Loyola has been been amazing. It's helped us to create stronger ties with Loyola, a school, as I mentioned, that we very much love, and I will use that word. We love Loyola Law School, and we help in many different ways. This past semester, in fact, I was an adjunct professor at Loyola Law School, and my siblings and I are involved with different boards or committees at the law school, and any chance that we get to help out with our time, we do that. But we also wanted to support the students, their students, financially as well. And I think that's something I've heard back from students. I've received letters, I've received texts from students that have received the scholarships, and to know how much of an impact that makes in their lives. We don't do that to receive those thank you notes. We do that to help them. But it's so great to receive that and to know that the effort that we're making to help them is something that they're very grateful for, and that's helping them along their journey and to achieve their dream of becoming attorneys. One of the other things that we did was giveaways, and we did both social media giveaways and we did in-person giveaways. So with the social media giveaways, these are great ways for solos and small firms to increase awareness. I'll share two of them here. One of them was a bar prep tuition giveaway where we created a raffle through social media. Really, it was focused on Instagram, and we essentially said, hey, if you're a 3L in the state of California, you're going to a law school, you can enter the raffle and we will cover the cost of your bar prep course. We handed that out to 2 different students. It's something that we know students need, right? As 3Ls in law school, you have to put out a couple $1,000s, sometimes more, for these tuition courses, and receiving that help is something that is very needed. And so we wanted to help those students out, and that was great because it's social media, so that gets shared into different sort of networks that are communities, people that don't know about your office but now have come in contact with your office. And also it's an office or firm that's helping people out, right? So that's also how they see you, because it's where you're coming from. It's where certainly our heart was, and now you have an opportunity to increase that awareness. We also did another giveaway through social media by giving out $500 to Disneyland. It's gift cards to Disneyland. And as you can imagine, that got a lot of traction. People were sharing it with, all over the place. It's an opportunity to engage with that post as well. People are commenting, and people love Disneyland. It's not a lot of money for your office, but it's something that people really love. It's an opportunity to add to people's joy when they go with their families, and now they have that as well. So you're doing good and you're bringing joy into people's lives as well. We also did an in-person giveaway where we handed out backpacks, school supplies to students that were going back to school. This was a great one because we essentially set it up at the office. We sent out flyers throughout our community. We were going out in person as well, handing out flyers at local shops and putting flyers up anywhere that would let us. And incidentally, so many shops and local shops wanted us to put those up because who doesn't want to help out students, right? And these were backpacks and school supplies for elementary age students. And so it was as if the whole community came together to try to help out parents and their kids. And we set it up at our office. People came on a Saturday with their children to pick up the backpacks. There was opportunity for them to meet us as well, for us to meet them. And we helped them by giving these backpacks and these school supplies as they were going back to school, but they also made contact with us and knew that we were here if they needed us in the future, right? If there came a point where they needed some legal services, they could reach out to us. So once again, it's an opportunity for increased awareness while you're doing something that's really good for your community. You're helping kids out, and you're helping parents, you're helping families. The last example I'll give is to reach out to college and law school student associations. With college students, there are many students there that want to go to law school and they want to become attorneys. And it's a great way for you to reach out to them, and they might ask you to be a speaker. They might ask you to come in and speak and encourage those students, help them along their journey. With law school student associations, we know that they want to be attorneys, they're going to law school, but they're also seeking guidance. They want to make connections, they want to network. And if you bring your experience and your expertise to those student associations, they're very grateful. In fact, most of the time they're looking for people to become involved. And that's a great way for you to forge connections with the law schools, to forge connections with students, and to help people, to help those students. You were in their same position a couple of years ago or several years ago, and you know how valuable it is when an attorney, practicing attorney, comes in in and can offer advice and can offer encouragement. And so now you have an opportunity to be that person. Sure, it requires a little bit of time out of your busy schedule, but it's something that's so worthwhile and meaningful. Also, what I would say is that many associations now, law student associations now even, have Zoom meetings. So sometimes it doesn't require much from your time other than logging into a Zoom meeting and speaking to students. Of course, if you can do it in person, I would definitely recommend you to do it. It means so much to the students. So those are just some of the things that we did. We were trying to think outside of the box. We were trying to do a lot with the very limited budget that we had. But over the course of time, and as we've seen, that has certainly produced results in terms of, one, increasing awareness, but also doing good. And I love that people reach out to us for opportunities to help. I love that people now reach out to us for opportunities to be a part of whatever it is that they're doing. That's something that we're very passionate about, and we do without asking for anything in return, whether it's like a pre-law conference or speaking engagements, whatever it is. We love encouraging students, we love encouraging people, we love encouraging families, and we love encouraging our community. So I want to encourage you to think outside the box and see what else you can do to help your community and to help people. You are going to provide the best legal service that you can, and whenever people come in for those legal services, you will do that, and that'll be great. But we can do much more. You can do much more as well. And so I would encourage us to do that. And the more that we all are engaged in that sort of those sort of actions, the better our communities will be. Until next time.